All right. Kamusta, brother? I hope you're doing well, and welcome back to the channel. All right. And now, in the last video, we hiked up the Hakarimata Summit Track in the beautiful Waikato region. And that's where I grew up in New Zealand. If you haven't seen that video and you like nature, then go check it out. I'm sure you love it. Now, I am back in my home office here in Melbourne. We got back from New Zealand the other day, and for today's video, I thought I'd talk about our in-flight experience, flying from Auckland to Melbourne, some of the things that went through my mind as we were crossing the Tasman Sea, and just a little story. I hope you stick around, yeah? So anyway, let me begin. So, nag-uumpisa tong storyang to sa Auckland, right? Auckland, New Zealand International Airport. Nakaupo ako sa aeroplano. I have my girlfriend right beside me. All is good. We're chilling, we're relaxing. Look out the window and the sun is shining. It's a good day for travel, right? Now all of a sudden I hear a baby crying, right? Now, I don't know if you've ever been in a plane with a crying baby. I tell you what, it isn't the funnest thing to sit through, right? But in saying that, babies are babies, and they're going to do baby things. But then it got me thinking, man, what is going on inside that baby's mind to be crying like that? But then I had another thought. Oh, dude, it's a baby. It's probably just crying out of instinct, right? And so naisip ko na lang yung mga ibang tao sa plane, the other people in the plane, what they must be thinking about. Anyway, a few minutes pass, right? We're up in the air, we've already departed, and we're at cruising altitude. So, steady lang, chill lang. And then, it got me thinking about the week that has just been. The week that I spent with my family, drinking, eating, singing karaoke, and all that good stuff. Now, for a bit of context, my girlfriend and I left New Zealand about a year ago to go backpacking in the Philippines and to relocate here in Melbourne. And so we hadn't seen them in a while, and so we were very excited. And going back to the plane, so a few minutes has passed by, and I started thinking about, man, I'm pretty lucky. I'm such a lucky guy, because I was able to spend some precious time with my family and my friends, and everything that I liked about home, about New Zealand. And then I was thinking, since we were leaving our families behind in New Zealand to go back to Melbourne to once again face reality and go back to work, it got me thinking whether the other people in the plane were also leaving their families behind. Or maybe they're just coming home to see their families. I tell you what, there is no better feeling than coming home to see your family. There's just no better feeling than coming home in general, right? I mean, it's a pretty good feeling. It feels like you're coming home, It feels comfortable, familiar, and it's just, all in all, gives you a good feeling, right? And then it got me thinking, man, all of those overseas Filipino workers that need to get out of the country, that need to leave their families behind, their children, their parents, all their relatives, all their friends, everything that they're familiar with, they need to leave them behind, venture out on their own to a different land, to a different country, just so they could feed them, just so they could put their kids through school. Now, some might say that's a pretty noble act, but I think it's pretty sad, Those overseas Filipino workers should not really have to leave the country in order to live a life. But you know what? I digress. That's a topic for a whole different story or a whole different video. Um, Now, going back to the plane, an hour passes by and I had just woken up from a nap. Okay, I had a pretty good nap, I must say. I look around and see what's going on. Nothing out of the ordinary seems to be going on. Everything seems normal. Yung iba nagbabasa ng libro, iba naglalaro ng cellphone, and yung iba naman tulog rin. Okay? As for me, since I had just woken up, I was trying to think of something to do, something to keep me busy. I didn't want to go on my phone, just because. And the specific flight that we booked didn't have any in-flight experience or in-flight entertainment. Sorry, just because I'm practical and I didn't think I needed to spend the extra money just so I have a TV in front of me. Now, the flight between Auckland and Melbourne doesn't really take too long, especially considering that it's an international flight. It goes on for 3.5, 4 hours, so it isn't too bad. Anyway, I found myself staring at the tray table in front of me, trying to read all the writings that's written on it, as you do when you're sat in the plane, right? And then I started thinking about how bored I was. I was like, man, I'm bored. Maybe I should have spent the extra money so I can watch a movie right now, But anyway, since I didn't have the movie, I didn't have any in-flight entertainment, I thought to myself, you know what? You're here now in this moment, and you might as well make the most out of it, right? It got me thinking about, that's the thing with being bored, right? It gives you time to think. Anyway, so I'm sat in the plane, I'm bored, and then it got me thinking about the week that I had just spent with my family and how precious all those moments are, And so I think, okay, life goes on pretty quickly, and life is made out of little moments. And moments, they go on pretty quickly too. I mean, the week that I had spent with my family just went like this, gone. Moment, done. You're never going to get them back again. Just like this moment right here, You wouldn't get this time back again. So I'm hoping that you're finding some value in this video, just so you feel like you're spending your time wisely, right? Where was I? I was thinking about how precious life was, and how precious and transient each moment is. That's why I want to try and be more present. That's why I want to try and be more mindful of the situation that I am in, just so I can try and take it all in. Now, that's obviously easier said than done, and it takes some practice. But the first step to take would be to be conscious about being mindful, right? At least that's just what I think. Anyway, I was feeling very grateful. I was feeling very grateful because I was able to spend all that good time with my family, and my heart could not be any fuller. So I thanked God. I was like, God, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to spend that beautiful time with the people that I love, and it's awesome. It feels amazing, right? But then I thought about, what about all those other people that don't get to spend time with their families? Or all the other people that don't even have their basic needs met, right? Because I feel like having a community, having friends, family around you is a basic need. No man is an island, right? And we all need one another. Um, so I thought how lucky I was, and I started questioning the reason why I have all the blessings that I do have, and the people who are less fortunate than I am don't. You know, why do I have all these blessings and then others don't? Seems unfair, right? But then I started thinking about, bakit kaya ako binigyan ng mga blessings na meron ako, and yung iba wala? Maybe because there's a reason behind it. Maybe I'm supposed to do something with all the blessings and the opportunity that I have been given. Maybe God has given us life, the gift of life. And not just to experience the joys and sorrows of it, but also to live out our purpose, our mission. Ano bang mission natin, What is the purpose? Why are we here? That is a big question. That is a big question, and our purpose would be different depending on who you are as a person, what you like, what you don't like, what your strengths, what your weaknesses are, and all that good stuff. And if these are the things, or you don't know currently what your purpose is, or you're struggling to figure out what you want to do with your life, and then maybe start off with getting to know yourself a little bit better, expanding your self-awareness, because once you figure out your likes and your dislikes, and what gets you going, what gets you up in the morning, then maybe it'll be easier to figure out what your purpose is, what your mission is, or maybe you can ask a couple of questions, to yourself, like, are you maximizing your potential for good? Are you doing as much as you can to bring value, or uplift others, especially those who are most vulnerable? Yeah, those type of questions would probably point you in the right direction, right? Anyway, going back to the plane. I'm still in the plane, bro. I'm still in the plane. I'm still sat in the plane. It's not a long flight, but I'm still there. Okay? We have about half an hour left before landing. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, before we departed Auckland, the sun was shining. It was a beautiful day, and the flight has been pretty smooth sailing so far. But then, things took an interesting turn, my friend. We started experiencing some turbulence. Now, I have experienced worse turbulence before, but for whatever reason, during that particular turbulence, I started getting nervous. I started going quiet. And then I had my girlfriend next to me. She started talking about a bunch of stuff that I just could not listen to, because I was too busy thinking about the turbulence and being nervous about it. And then I started thinking, oh, dude, is this it, bro? Game over. This is it. Is this it, mate? But then another thought came into my mind saying, nah, there's no way, bro. There's no way. It ain't gonna happen. There's no way. I haven't lived out my mission yet. I haven't lived out my purpose yet. There's no way. But then after that, another what if came through, saying, dude, are you sure? But what if, what if? And then rays of sunshine, because even though there were there were strong gusts of wind, it was still pretty sunny outside. So the plane took took a little turn like this, and then rays of sunshine made it inside the cabin of the plane, and then I could see it created rainbows on the ceiling of the cabin where you put the bags in, right? It made rainbows up there, and so I thought, oh, this could be like a little nudge from the universe, or from God, or from a higher power, saying, my child, my son, just calm down, relax, brother, okay? You're gonna make it. And so that put me at ease, and medyo relax na ako nun. Honestly, I thought that was pretty funny. Anyway, we safely landed in Melbourne in the afternoon, and we're very grateful, Took our bags, made it out of the airport, took an Uber home, and here we are. Now, a couple of hours passes at home, and nighttime came. And believe it or not, a storm came in. A storm with even stronger gusts of wind, rain, and lightning came in. And so I thought, man, how lucky that we actually landed in the afternoon, as opposed to landing during that time when there was a storm. And so I thought, man, I'm not sure if that's luck or what, but thanks for looking out for me, and whoever is looking out for me, I appreciate it. Please keep doing that, okay? Anyway, that's pretty much the end of my story, right? So what are the lessons there? Well, for me, just having experienced that flight, I want this video to serve as a reminder for you and for myself to try to be more present, to try to be more mindful of every moment that I am in, just because I'm never going to get it back. Okay? And also to trust God's timing, I suppose, and understand that not everything is in our control, and that's okay. Anyway, I think I've already said everything that I wanted to say, so we'll leave it there, yeah? Look, if you found value in this video, if you were entertained, if you feel like this wasn't a waste of your time, consider liking the video, yeah? And consider subscribing if you want to see some more. Okay. Kita-kits, brah!